Travel can take you to many far-flung and exotic destinations, but some of the world's best destinations are very close to Ireland. One of those being London, arguably the world's most dynamic, most multicultural city. The city has many different airport hubs located through it, but my tip is London City. Why? Because it's right in the heart of the action and also right in the heart of the East End. My favourite part of this great city and the area we're going to explore in London in 36 hours. Now, first stop is obviously base camp, and this weekend that means the Good Hotel in London. Now, this is a really cool place to stay. A former floating Dutch prison converted by designers into a hotel and then transported to London, where it now resides at the Royal Victoria Dock, as you can see in the photograph behind me. One of the most iconic sites of East London is the ArcelorMittal Orbiterra, which you can see behind me just there. It was designed for the 2012 Olympic Games as part of the Olympic Park, which is just to my left here, and really is quite an incredible structure, soaring right up into the skyline with red and silver industrial look to it. It's really, really special. It was designed by the Belgian artist Karsten Haller and also has a 40-second slide which loops down the structure once you've been at the top. Now, unfortunately, due to the high winds of Storm Brian, the elevator's not working and I can't get up to the top, but I'm sure you'll have better luck with the weather when you're here. So, time for a bit of food. Now, just a half an hour from London's Orbit Tower is Maltby Street Food Market. It's one of the best food markets in London, and probably my favourite thing about it is the way it's set among these very picturesque railway arches with different food stalls dotted along in between them. It's so cool, you should definitely check it out. And my top tip for you is a place called Shoal Food, where my buddy here from Wales is going to hand me over some freshly made food that he made earlier. Cheers, man. A 5-minute walk from Bolton Street Market is another of London's most famous sites. It is, behind me, London Bridge, and it's possibly a site many have seen before, but since it's so close to the market, on this itinerary it's definitely worth stopping in again. And the other great thing about London Bridge really is the view down the Thames, where you can pick out another number of London's most famous sites and buildings. After all that sightseeing, it's time for a bit of rest and relaxation. And what better place to do it than the oldest bar on the Thames? It's called the Prospect of Whitby, and it dates all the way back to 1520. Right, so after some refreshment, it's time for a bit of dinner. And I mean, there's literally a plethora of restaurants you can eat in London to choose from. But my particular tip is a new opening. It's the Pizzeria Dantiglia di Michele, which is based in Stoke Newington. And why is this place so special? I'll tell you why. It's based on what is known as the most famous pizza in the world, named under the same name as a restaurant in Naples. And they've just opened a brand new franchise over here with the same type of pizza, chefs who have the same recipe as used in Naples, and also a friend of the original family in Naples running the place here. I'm going to dig in.
L'Antica Pizzeria Michele was born in Naples in the 1870 and was started by this person who was Michele back then, and then it became a family tradition. So what we're trying to do here is just basically replicate the authenticity and the goodness of what is a Neapolitan pizza, which is effectively just flour, tomato, and oil. That's all there is, and really good cheese and basil, fresh basil. Because their idea has always been that there's only two types of pizzas. and anything else apart from margherita and marinara is just basically junk. So their idea has always been that the authentic pizzas are only two. They use the freshest ingredients that they could ever find, and they've kept it simple for like centuries now. So it's worked. It works here, thankfully. So we're just trying to basically bring the proper Neapolitan pizzas to London.
The morning after the night before, the Good Hotel has an excellent breakfast spread. And it also has incredible views out over the East End from its rooftop viewing platform. But there's also another excellent brunch option nearby, Foreman's Fish Island. This East End salmon smokery and restaurant by the River Lee has superb views out over the Olympic Stadium. Check out the viewing gallery from the restaurant, which looks right into the smokehouse, and also the art exhibition upstairs in the smokehouse gallery, which has revolving exhibits year round. And really, you want to check out that brunch too. It's excellent. Now, a short Uber journey away from Foreman's is the Columbia Road Flower Market, which takes place every Sunday from early in the morning until around about 3 p.m-ish, which incidentally is the best time to visit because that's the time that the traders cut all their prices and you get the best deals essentially. It's also a very interesting part of town because it's sort of on the edge of the city, and it's to the east you have Shoreditch, and then you're also quite close to Spitalfields as well. So you have those other areas to explore after having a wander through the market. A short journey away from Columbia Road Flower Market is the Whitechapel Art Gallery, which is one of the pivotal art galleries in UK's contemporary art movement and showcases the likes of Thomas Ruff, Leonor Anchins. It really is the perfect place to while away a couple of hours, especially on a Sunday afternoon. So that takes you almost to the end of your 36 hours in London, but you will have a couple of hours before you have to catch your flight back home. So what I recommend you do is make the short walk down to Spitalfields Market, where you can check out a range of clothes shops, coffee shops, bars and restaurants before you catch that flight back home. Enjoy.